Hi everyone, I'm Dhriti from Digit, and today we have with us Manu Sharma, the Vice President and General Manager at Nothing India, to talk about the highly anticipated Nothing Year One. These upcoming earphones have already created a huge buzz in the tech community due to their unique design and approach. So let's learn more about them. Hey Manu, how are you doing?
Hey, thanks very much for hosting us.
All right, so let's get started and talk about the Nothing Here ones, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so as we know by now, the Nothing Year One sports an innovative, transparent design. So, what were some of the challenges that Nothing faced to bring this design to fruition?
First and foremost, we wanted to be, when we were building this product, we wanted to be very gutsy and we want to be bold in our approach. And transparency is sounds very cool, but is also extremely difficult because you have to manage various aspects of that. So when it came to designing of and using the transparency into the design, first and foremost, the material itself. When you start with a transparent material, for example, one of the feedback from India was that plastic can become dirty as well as yellow, and so the team ensured that we use the top quality material. So we're using a 1 HP rating material with on the product, so which is extremely hard. And for example, it takes 30 times more force to scratch this material versus the others which is there in the market. So we started with the material and we had to work with various suppliers and making sure that we choosing the right material. And we started building it, the products. We also worked with various suppliers in terms of putting together. In fact, many suppliers said, "Hey, we can't do this. We never seen something like this before. We can do run-of-the-mill stuff, but this is something is very challenging." But we were able to share our vision and what we wanted to achieve, and finally, we were able to work with some suppliers who really work with us very solidly in terms of making sure that we put together things. Now, transparency, for example, if you look at our products, you can see on the stem, the magnets, you can see the circuit board, you can see the microphones. I mean, all this requires that not just the product is beautiful from the outside, but also the inside. So a lot of work had to be done even internally on the various components. For example, the magnets typically are never polished, never given shape, but we had to get them polished, and we had to even get them given shape so that it gels with the overall design. In fact, one of the magnet supplier just raised their hands. We can't do all this, so we had to really work with them in terms of achieving what we achieved. So, yeah, it's been a great learning journey for us as well, and building a transparent material products is not for the faint-hearted, but it requires a lot of resilience and really what we wanted to achieve, and we're really proud what we have finally got together. The year one product is beautiful, and the transparent material is crystal clear. It just looks like glass, so it looks just beautiful, and we look very premium.
Okay. So as we've come to gather, Nothing is extremely dedicated to bringing unique designs to their products and removing the barrier between tech products and real life. So this will obviously mean having to use different materials and components than what the status quo in the industry is. So have there been any compromises made in the tech front to achieve this design language? You can be transparent with us, pun intended.
Well, it's a great question. The only compromise we have made is that we had to spend a lot more time internally that we had anticipated, because and that's why Carl also announced some time back that we will be pushing our launch earlier, because the transparent material is very difficult to deal with. As I talked about, the transparent material has to have a certain quality so that it doesn't get dirty and remains intact the way it is. And almost it looks like glass, literally. So that's one aspect we worked on quite a bit. Also in the manufacturing phase, also we had to work with our assemblers so that it's learning curve for them as well in terms of working very hard. So the compromise to the consumers, absolutely nothing. It's beautiful. You can see inside out. It looks gorgeous, and I'm sure consumers will be excited. Yes, from our side, we had put a lot of effort in building this, and we are really proud of what we've been able to achieve.
So as was revealed recently, the Nothing Ear One comes with 36 hours of battery life and active noise cancellation. What else can you tell us about the device and how it stands out from the crowd to impress our viewers?
So, of course, there are multiple aspects to the products. First and foremost, I like to talk about the design. As I've shared with you, it's an iconic design. It is totally different from anything out there, right from the case, which is so beautiful in terms of the artistry and the craftsmanship. You can see right through the products and the earbuds sitting in there. And of course, the earbuds also are transparent in the stem. So, and you can see the complete components of the product as well. So it's a very beautifully designed, and it has functionality also in terms of simple things like a red dot for your right ear and left dot for a white dot for your left ear. So it's very intuitive and simple to use as well when it comes to design. So it's absolutely fantastic in terms of design, and a lot of work has been done around that. So consumers would absolutely love that. Second is around the sound side. We wanted to not be in the spec race. There are other brands who would want to give very big driver, but you compromise on the in the size, which means increasing the weight, and also it takes more power without really adding any value in terms of the quality of sound. So is there perfectly balanced in terms of sound, and then we have expertly tuned through acoustic wizards back in Sweden, where we spend hours and hours in terms of getting the perfect tuning in terms of 4 different equalizers we are providing, which will give very seamless experience for the consumers. We don't want to inundate with them with many options in terms of equalizers. So great sound, top-notch quality ANC in that, with 3 high-definition microphones, with the best components that we have used in that. And also the microphone, for example, have been placed very strategically. One of the pain points we found out from consumers was, especially when it comes to voice, that it was not perfect. And that's something we are bridging by placing the microphone and testing them hours and hours against winds of 40 kilometers an hour plus to get that perfect sound for the consumers as well. Plus, on top of that, we've ensured that it's got a very great battery life. So it's got, of course, great battery in terms of the the case, which provides 34 hours, and the earbuds provides you 5.7 hours of listening time without the NC on. And of course, it also has wireless charging capability as well, because as that's scaling up, it comes with latest Bluetooth 5.2, so that consumers can enjoy faster connectivity as well. And of course, it saves on power. And finally, but very important, is that one of the other experience we found out, because this is a global product, it's perfectly tuned both for iOS and for Android. So there's going to be app available for both of them, and you can really do cool stuff. You can customize your gestures through the app. You can of course work on the equalizers, and of course there's a very nice feature called Find Bud Finder. So for example, if you drop your bud in your bag or something, or drop behind your couch, you can buzz through your app as well. So that's overall a very beautiful way of just dealing, and simplicity we're providing to the consumers. So overall, a very nice, iconic design, top-notch specs, and the quality that's gone in. And of course, we price very sweetly, of course, in India. It's just 5,999.
Okay, so for all the Pokemon fans out there, Pokemon fits into this brand in a pretty surprising way, as we know that the Nothing Ear One was codenamed Aipom, and there's a product codenamed Abra coming in the future. So any specific reason behind this?
Well, let me just put it very simply. We love Pokemon, and there are many fans in Nothing who follow them, and that's the reason. And there's so many different characters, and that means we're going to getting a lot of products for the Indian consumers beyond the audio category, and we want to bring complete ecosystem of connected devices as we move forward. So exciting times ahead.
So anything you can reveal about Abra?
Well, we'd like to meet you often. So, given an opportunity, we'd love to meet you and talk about that. And of
Sure.
course, it's under wraps, but definitely we shall meet about and talk about that.
So you spoke about products outside the audio space. What can our viewers expect in the future from the company? Like under what categories, under what subcategories? Anything that you can tell us?
So, as I said, our mission is to, launch a complete ecosystem of connected devices, and we want to remove the barriers between people and technology.
Right.
We are a global company headquartered in the UK. We're London-based. Our design is, all out of Sweden through Teenage Engineering, which does really cool stuff. So we want to really venture out and bring about a lot of different categories of products beyond audio as we move forward. But today, of course, we're launching year one. We would like to talk about that, but definitely as we move forward, we'd like to meet again and talk about our new pipeline of products as we move forward.
Okay, so lastly, let's speak about pricing. So it costs $99 in the US, but in India, it's priced much lower at rupees 5999. So is the unit the exact same? And if yes, what sparked the decision of the lower pricing in India?
Yes, so first and foremost, unit is exactly the same. There's no difference. A global product and exact same product. Couple of reasons. One is we wanted to get it right in India for the first from the first day itself.
Right.
Second is that we have announced a partnership with Flipkart is going to be sold through online, and which also allows us in terms of saving some cost on the operating side, and we want to pass that benefit to the consumer by pricing very sweetly. But pricing is not the main driver for us. It's about providing an absolutely iconic design. It's about a great user experience in terms of simplicity of usage as well. So we want to remove the barriers which we see in the earbud space, when it comes to voice, or it comes to a balanced sound, or a great battery life, and of course great experience with the apps. So that's what really we want to offer the consumers, and we are looking forward for our sale to start so that consumer can experience our products and talk about it. And we want to really build a lot of followership in India with the Nothing brand.
Okay. Lastly, is there any anecdote you can share with us throughout the development process and manufacturing process, and even now? Any small anecdote?
What I would say is that, because of COVID, it was a fairly challenging time for us. But, there are marketing teams out of London, the designing is in Sweden, and we're working in India. We're cross-collaborating. I think it was very interesting. It was challenging, sending samples to each other. I think it was very interesting what we did, how we achieved. But, super effort together in collaboration. And we use collaborative tools also so that we can be on top of each one's comments, and since it's our first product, first baby, literally, we have nurtured it very well. And of course, we talked about how we, past the journey of bringing the transparency in the design aspect, and without compromising anything around the consumer experience. So they will be delighted with the overall the beauty of the product, as well as, of course, the user experience it provides. So yeah, so that's really been quite exciting for us, and we are super happy and look forward to the response in India.
All right, that sums it all. And thank you so much for being here with us and talking to us more about the Nothing Here one. We're sure all our viewers are really excited to see what it has in store for them. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Dhriti, and thank you to all your viewers. And we look forward to them experience the product. Thank you.